Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is your source for time and labor-saving farm tools, such as the Paper Pot Transplanter, Quick Click Seeder, and the Jang Direct Seeder. Turn laborsome tasks into free time with tools by Modern Grower. How much of that is about control? Meaning, I want to be able to just make decisions, move forward as I see fit, versus being just one kink in the machine and having to answer to somebody else. Because I know that's my mentality of, hey, I know I'm not always right, but I don't want to have to ask somebody, answer to 100 people, deal with group decisions that take forever. I just want to go. And it's not that I have anything wrong with big companies or I can't work there for a short period of time. I just think I'm somebody who naturally, my personality, my drive, like how I work, I thrive more doing my own thing than I do doing somebody else's thing.
I align with that also. Just a couple of weeks ago, a good friend, Jules Matthews, said to me, you know what the beautiful thing about being a farmer is and especially running your own business, like you can go move the sheep and then you can zip across the road back to the house and you can put the washing out. And then you can carry on and go back and continue with the jobs that need to be doing on the farm. And then at 4 o'clock, you can go and get the washing in. And I thought, she's dead right. I couldn't pick the kids up. I couldn't say to the boss, hey, daughter's sick at school. Can I just go and get her and I'll be back and I'll work extra late to make up for it? I had to find someone else to go get my daughter in all those years that I was working for someone else. And so we never had that flexibility. So now, as soon as I finished my day job in '09, I was then house dad. I was able to be there for the kids' running event at school or whatever. And it's the flexibility that came with it that was real refreshing for me. I think having been able to, like, when I was at New Zealand Post and my second daughter was born, I fought to get one day off to spend with my brand new baby. And I was in their top 4 for performance as an employee. Everything was measured. And I was like, I'm giving everything to this business. And the 2IC and the bosses are just cutting all the cream out of the business. They don't own it, they're employees. And I was just like, you know what? It's been one of the real nice things to be able to put out the washing, pick up the kids. And the other benefits that you can't put a financial measure on. Farming comes with a lot of positives that I think we need to keep reminding ourselves. When you look at your financial turnover for the year and you're like, I could make better money mowing lawns, but you got to remember all of the positive things that come with being healthy, being up and having those options to be able to engage with the people that are important to you. Your kids.
I think there's definitely a lot of positives. The freedom part of it is amazing. And I've thought many times about, man, how much different would my life be if I just worked a job compared to my brother, right? My brother has a job and he's always had a job. He hasn't run his own business. I've done the business thing and I can see how his life looks. I know how my life is. And I could say for sure, maybe not for sure, but I think having a job is way less stressful. Like, it's really hard to get fired from a job. You got to be a dirtbag to get fired from a job, like really underperform. So you're basically guaranteed income. You go in, you clock in, you do the work, you clock out. And this isn't some slacker attitude. Like, you go and work hard, do your work, but then you leave. Someone else worries about growing the business. Somebody else worries about balancing the books. Somebody else worries about where the next sale is going to come from. When you have a business, like right now, hey, I'm recording this. I could have the freedom when I'm done. I can go watch TV for an hour if I want and come back and work later. But that doesn't change the fact that I have to keep pushing ahead to keep sales on. I have to worry about not just getting myself paid, but I have employees, like they have to be paid. I
Mm.
have to worry about the bank account and cash flow. And so there is this trade-off where you're like Olaf of you can walk around anywhere, but you always have this cloud above you of a business hangover. Like I can't shake it. And I'm not saying I'm stressed about it 24/7, but there's 24/7, there's some lingering thought about it in my head of something I have to do and that type of thing. Now, yes, I can
Mm.
enjoy life. I can tune out. I'm not obsessing on it, but it's always there. When I had a job, no way was that always there. When I left, I
Mm.
did not care what happened until I got back in the next morning. It was
Mm.
like complete separation, detach, no cloud above. And entrepreneurship, at least for me, doesn't have that. So you get these amazing benefits of doing what you want, being with people you want, somewhat crafting your own schedule, freedom of choice. But the cost of that is it's all on you. 100% of it is on you. And it's like when kid goes to college and suddenly has freedom for the first time. Some people can't handle that. And I think some people can't handle the it's all on you part of entrepreneurship.
Mm.
And they would be much better served getting their love for farming, working for John Jevons,
Mm.
working at a Roebuck Farm than they
Yeah.
would be owning Roebuck Farm.
I
Because
Yeah, I think for sure that's I agree with you that it can at times be 24/7, and there's more things to balance and manage, more going on for sure. Even the same at John Jevons, I was in a position where I could have taken on that job and become a manager, dream job at the time, and I probably I didn't have the management skills to a team at the time, and I think there's that my first management position was when I was caregiving. They put me as 2IC, and that was the first time I was not just responsible for my role as an employee during the day. I was also responsible for all the other employees, and it was really high needs. We were one-on-one care. So for those in that industry, they know just how intense and detailed that was. And so now I'm not just responsible for caring for the residents, I'm responsible for all the other employees' cares of the residents. Now, a lot of these people couldn't move, see, or talk, and they had epilepsy. They had multiple conditions going on for it to be so high needs. And at times I was like, employee number two can't even brush a resident's teeth before putting them to bed night after night. And then I'm having to, that's when I was like, a lot more to be, and I wasn't business owner, but there's a lot more that comes in the mix that you have to be able to navigate, keep your eye over, and make sure happens. And I guess the social dynamic of it too. Approaching the employee, have you brushed the teeth every night again, and trying to put things in place so that you don't have to approach them. That was a good transition for me. Not easy managing other people, but if you're going to run a business with employees, there's some upskilling to be done there. I'm sure you identify with that.
today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower, a proud retailer of the Sumi Soaker system. The Sumi Soaker system is an irrigation game changer. It offers multiple advantages for market gardeners. Even gentle watering without dry spots common with wobblers. The system is lightweight and portable, so you can use it with quick rotation crops. It's low maintenance with no parts to break or clog. It's versatile. You can use it for direct seeding, transplants, and cover crops. And it's very cost effective compared to overhead options. And maybe one of its best and most unique features is it can put down water in a rectangular pattern, which is very different than rotating sprinklers that leave circular patterns, often with dry corners and overwatered centers. If you want to learn more about the Sumi Soaker system, use the link below or visit us at shop.moderngrower.co.